For your poetry final, you are going to write a well-developed text-based response. We've already read and discussed The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman, so this is going to be assessing not only your ability to comprehend the text, but to put it into writing. In your response, you'll identify the central idea of the text and then analyze how the author uses poetic devices to develop the central idea. You'll use strong and thorough evidence from the text to support your analysis. Your requirements will be to write an introductory paragraph, a body paragraph. You'll write at least one body paragraph, 2 or more if you need to. Remember, you start a new paragraph anytime you change the topic. And finally, a conclusion paragraph. Of course, you'll organize your ideas in a cohesive and coherent manner using formal language, so I should not see any use of the word I. And you'll follow the conventions of standard written English, including proper grammar, punctuation, capitalization, and spelling. The structure of the essay, you'll write an introductory paragraph. I'll go over what that looks like today, and that will end with your thesis, which is identifying the central idea of the text. You will then write a body paragraph. In the body paragraph, you'll analyze how the author uses poetic devices to develop the central idea. Examples of that include metaphor, parallel structure, tone, alliteration, allusion, personification, repetition, juxtaposition, and imagery. Those were all examples of literary devices or poetic devices we definitely found in the text during our discussion. So you should be able to use any of those. I would recommend not using any that you're not familiar with. So if you're not comfortable with allusion, I wouldn't talk about allusion. And also I would be wary of using alliteration and repetition only. If you only have examples of alliteration, you'll run into problems because alliteration is only a sound device. So it's not going to help you a lot on analysis. And same with repetition. Repetition is only used to emphasize. So if you have 3 different uses of repetition and just say it's used to emphasize and you're only emphasizing the same word or phrase over and over, that's not going to give you a well-connected, well-developed analysis. You will use strong and thorough evidence from the text to support your analysis. So you'll have 2 to 3 pieces of evidence that are properly cited. The evidence must connect to and or develop a central idea. I would recommend that at least 2 pieces of evidence be examples of poetic devices that connect to and or develop the central idea. And then finally, of course, clear analysis of each piece of evidence. And then you'll write your concluding paragraph. Your rubric. There are 5 components you're graded on. Each are 5 points. So central idea, analysis, command of evidence, coherence, organization, and style, and control of conventions. So for central idea, 5 points is, did you have a well-reasoned central idea to establish a criteria for analysis? So it's hard to find great evidence if you don't have a great central idea statement. So that's just based on your central idea statement. The second is your analysis. Do you have a thoughtful analysis of the author's use of poetic devices to develop the central idea? Command of evidence, for that advanced, you need at least 3 pieces of evidence, and then it works down from there. So 2 pieces of evidence for proficient. Coherence, organization, and style is, do you have a coherent and cohesive response with a formal style, precise language, and sound structure? You can improve that as you do some editing by adding transitional statements, making sure each idea builds on the idea that precedes it or comes before it. And then finally, control conventions, that is your grammar, punctuation, capitalization. If you have infrequent errors, you'll get the 5, and then it works down from there. Occasional, some, and then frequent errors. So that's your final. This is an LTI document, so I would suggest you begin typing right at the bottom of that document. You don't have to do a heading because I know who the assignment is assigned to because I assigned it to each of you. Or if you're on the LTI assignment, it does. I know some of you know how to attach a second document, so you can do it that way as well.